Hello my smelly seaweeds, it's Seabro here and welcome to another Overwatch video. Today we are going to be looking at a Silver Diva player on Hollywood, so without further ado, let's love Diva. Okie dokie, we spawn out of the side door here, which is fine. Small thing though, using defense matrix out of the main spawn door with your team will just prevent the enemy team from getting that annoying ult charge at the start of the game. I'm not entirely convinced that you realise that there is a Reaper behind you, but the noise is pretty loud. If the Reaper was a bit more confident, then they would have been able to assassinate your Mercy. Not a big deal, but we'll see if it happens again. I will give you a passing grade for that fight. You claimed the high ground, which was really nice. Leaming the Reaper was really nice too, but the enemy team threw that pretty damn hard, so we didn't get to see a great deal of the Diva gameplay, so I'll be interested to see more. I don't know what's going on. Why do the enemy team want to take this fight? What is going on? Why is this Moira contesting? What is happening? You could take this fight. You have both of your healers with you and the Zarya has next to no charge. But it's a case where you either need to commit or you need to back out. Diva does next to nothing at this range. You need to get much closer if you want to do anything. It worked out, but you had no idea whether Zarya had bubbles up or not. And if your team just pressed W, then you would have been able to poop on their faces without using your ultimate because their cocky little brains were playing so far forward. You want to be pushing the hell out of the enemy here. They are 3 down, press W. Only one person needs to be on cart. If you can kill these people, then you will be able to get to the next checkpoint without a fight. If you don't, then they can contest. So abuse the hell out of the fact that they aren't backing up properly. In fact, I should probably explain some stuff. Okay, so you've probably heard of the 3 on payload rule, which is basically if you want to move the payload fast, you want at least 3 people pushing it. Which can be true if you have nothing else to do, but if you are trying to push down stragglers like this, then it's fine to just leave one person on cart and push the hell out of these people. Similarly, it's more important as a team that you get set up for the next fight. So even if these enemies weren't positioned there, you'd probably be the person who stands on cart and the rest of your team will probably take the high ground. I hope this is clear. Anyway, let's continue with the VOD. These missiles are pointless. I think I spoke too soon. I have no idea what the enemy Moira was doing. Why didn't she back up around the Rhine shield? Weird. They have not played this game before, have they? Anyways, your rocket here were really far away. You got away with it because Ryan backed away and the Moira was still standing still. But in general, you want to fly in and activate them fairly close so you can hit more of them and do more damage. Here you are kind of playing really passively. Rhine D.Va is something where you need to be on top of the enemy to really do anything at all. You used your rockets here, which was again too far away, so you didn't do anything and couldn't follow up. Here you really want to be holding them at chokes, so, and I know I have said this before, press W and wreck them. At this elo, I don't expect you to be eating grabs right, left and centre, but it's worth noting that she 100% has it up because she hasn't used it this entire game, and she is pressing W pretty hard into your team, so it's not a bad time to DM just in case. What is this beat? I was about to say this is absolutely fine because they've just used all that, like a billion ultimates, but your Lucio is so silly. What is your Lucio doing? Just group up. Jesus. The bomb here is quite far away. Generally speaking, just throw it into the air, around a corner somewhere, and you will get more people because it's really difficult to dodge. This timing isn't bad though. Wasted your rockets again. It's a powerful ability. I wouldn't waste it on shields unless your entire team is focusing them and you need to break them really quickly. Nice contest of the high ground there. A bit late charging down the Reaper, but that's fine. You realise being face first in front of the Reaper will probably hurt. Nice. Interestingly, we don't DM here, you have full DM. There aren't many reasons not to defense matrix the damage that they are pumping into a grab. Again, used micro missiles really early. Lovely bomb, really nice. You did get melted down here. That was because your team was dealing with the enemy Reinhardt, so weren't with you. But I like the mentality of pushing really hard after you just got both of their healers, so I'm fine with that. That mercy, Jesus. Personally, I would remech somewhere a bit safe. You're not in that much of a rush. I probably wouldn't be focusing the Roadhog down like this. You won't manage to kill him by yourself, and he always has take a breather ready just in case. We switched to targeting the Zarya here, but that's kind of the same thing. If in doubt, targeting whoever your Reinhardt is targeting is a good shout because your team's target focus will be much better and you'll be positioned near your Rein shield. I'm getting the feeling that you're just hitting whatever you see and you shouldn't have let that res happen. Sad. But it's a good example of being careful where you remake. Your remake animation makes you really vulnerable because you are incredibly squishy and you are standing perfectly still. Especially if the team has CC, so try to think about where you remake a little bit more. This Mercy gets away with some ridiculous reses. The fact we lose this is more tragic than the story of Darth Plagueis the Wise. Okay, not bad at all. I do want to talk about your positioning quickly though, because it's something I noticed. You tend to stand in front of the enemy, which works kinda at this elo because the team isn't target focusing you and you have 600 HP. In general, you are very safe when you have full HP and full defense matrix, but as the fight progresses, when you become low and you start running out of defense matrix, you want to position somewhere a bit safer. Generally speaking, in this game, you spent a lot of time in the open when you had low HP. Knowing where cover is, knowing where your Reinhardt shield is really important on all heroes, but when you play high HP tank heroes, it's really easy to forget. Okay, on to round 2. Okay, I've just realised you have the best D.Va skin in the game equipped. Nice one.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A. It's been down.
Routing tower to forward barrier.
This should be good. Be a beautiful. One thing I am really impressed with is how at the beginning you were nowhere near aggressive enough, but now you have realised how much you can get away with. You are owning it.
Thank you.
Damn, this is so enjoyable to watch. That worked, but do be careful with Reapers.
Now we're talking. Join me. Ultimate ready. Routing tower to forward barrier. Group up here.
I do not like this. You shouldn't be the first person to back up. I know you want your team to stop holding the spawn doors, which is a valid opinion to have, but you are needed to help your team retreat. You have a lot of mobility and survivability. You should be the last one to back up, and if your team don't back up, you'll be throwing by playing over here. Just be as aggressive as your main tank is playing. Nice, obviously they have 2 levers now.
Boosters engaged.
The 4 of them managed to get point. Not going to hold it against you though, because you and your team are obviously just having fun. there's no way that they will win unless the levers return. I'm just gonna let it roll because it's kind of funny. Huge bomb towards old spawn. Will it get anyone? No, that's a bit unlucky. You are so alpha. We win! Huge! Okay, so main points. Punish the enemy more when you get staggers. It's really hard because you need your team to be with you to do it, but if you can get in the habit of pushing forward and punching split spawns, so that's like when the enemy have people respawning at different places, or punishing the enemy when they're playing way too far forward without their full team, then you will notice really smooth games where you can just roll through multiple points with just a single fight win. Another thing is high ground. I didn't talk about it much because the enemy team didn't claim the high ground, so you didn't really need to contest it, but it's worth noting to you or any other DVA players that it's not normally the case that you spend this much time on the low ground. Normally you want to utilise the high ground for scouting, as a route of retreat if you get low, as a deterrent to stop the enemy from taking the high ground, and for a billion other reasons. Also use micro missiles from way too far away as kind of an off cooldown thing. Micro missiles are just more effective, you hit more of them if you are closer. They are also on a relatively long cooldown. You need to think of micro missiles cooldown as a time when you can't really dive the enemy. So it's a big deal if you just waste them on a Rhine shield as a way of doing a little bit more poke damage when you anticipate that you need to engage in the next 8 seconds. Lastly, you should be careful of where you remech, and your ultimates could also do with a bit of work. There are two aspects of D.Va's ultimate: the positioning of it and the timing. In the air around a corner are really good because it makes it really hard to dodge. You can also slide it off walls, do unpredictable stuff with it, that's fine. But the timing wise is the difficult bit because you want to do it when the enemy team has committed. If you do it too early, then they can just disengage. I hope that this has helped. It looked like a really fun game, for your team at least. If anybody found this useful or enjoyed it, then hit that like button, subscribe button, and of course that lovely looking bell icon that you totally want to hit. Have a great day. I hope you all had a magical Christmas, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!